All right. Sorry, I had a little bit of internet trouble there for a change, right? Uh, um, yeah, this is an early one, guys. This is weird, and I haven't been on for a while, so I apologize for that. But there's been crazy stuff going on YouTube, man, lately, and like this thing really, really, really bothered me, man. Like there was a lot of things that bothered me about it. I mean, just a whole lot of things that bothered me about it. Um, and we're going to talk about. Sorry, I'm still waking up. I'm not even drinking coffee because like my anxiety's been kind of going nuts. So I don't really need the the caffeine. So I'm just drinking diet sweet tea, which is as good as it sounds. Um, Sorry, I'm looking over chat a little bit here too. I'm gonna play something, and we're gonna go over it a little bit. And part of me doesn't want to do it because it's like I feel like I'm contributing to exactly what bothers me about it to a certain degree, but I also feel like it has to be talked about. Like it has to be talked about. Now, regarding the title, um, you know, as you guys know, Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast that started doing uh, he covered the Gabby Petito case and did a phenomenal job and did it ethically, did it responsibly, um, and and he's not even familiar with this subject matter. He doesn't follow real crime, and he accidentally now we're used to calling it true crime, and it started off as a joke, and then I started just taking it seriously because to me having Josh do that shows somebody who has a moral compass and take interest in a case because he wanted to help spread awareness and get Gabby found before she was actually found, her body was found, and B, find Brian Laundrie. And yes, I'm aware of the fact that I mispronounce his name. I do that. I do that on purpose. That's why they call me the troll. Give me a break. I mispronounce his name on purpose. Um, so so Josh was saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't do real crime, real crime. And he kept calling true crime, real crime. He was doing it by accident. But since he was doing it better than so many of these people that insist on doing this, uh, I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to call it from now on because I don't want to be associated with people who consider themselves, at least the majority of them, true crime creators. I just don't, because like it's just gross. Everything that just keeps happening is gross to me, dude. Like, and then you got drama channels that insert themselves in this. Now, here's the thing. What's fair here, it has to be acknowledged that from what I understand, these creators did not seek out Don and Candace Wells for this paneling that took place, this dumpster fire that took place. They called in there, from what I understand. Um, but I haven't even watched the whole thing. I just fast forwarded to where he was on here, and it's 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 just it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me what took place here. And the thing with me about Don and Candace, if you noticed, at this point, I mean, there's only so much. There's only so much that we can talk about something. You know, to create awareness. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just keep beating a dead horse. And it's, I mean, that's probably the wrong way to put it, because Summer Wells is still missing. There is a chance. The Cleo Smith case has given me a new sense of hope that Summer can be found alive. You know, I mean, Cleo Smith disappeared like a fart in the wind. She was just gone. And she was found 18 days later. She was found. And to me, that's incredible. And that right there gives me a new sense of hope that cases like Summer Wells can be solved with a positive outcome. And yeah, the Cleo Smith case is a hot mess. Some new stuff just dropped about that. I first heard it from Josh, actually, because Josh actually has a very, very, very reliable source. I'm not going to get into what that source consists of, but I can assure you that it is a very, very reliable source based on what he tells me about them. So, but all of the tabloids are talking about what he had just told me. So, and we'll get into that a little bit too. But yeah, you know, as far as Summer Wells goes, yeah, I feel that she could still be found alive. But at this point, you know, law enforcement's doing what they need to do, and it's important to let them do their jobs. And people doing exactly the opposite of, well, people doing exactly what law enforcement is asking. Law enforcement tasked with the responsibility of finding Summer have specifically requested that social media, YouTube channels specifically, don't do this. So it's just really funny to me, because I'm hearing these people, these drama channel creators, talk about, and it's what's the grossest about it is them going, we care about Summer, we care about Summer. If you care about Summer, do what law enforcement is asking you to do. If you really care about Summer, then that would be what you would be doing. But and then there's also the fact that it's like everybody jumps on the opportunity to talk to Don, to talk to Candace, and it's for two reasons. One, to make a circus out of them, like it's a Jerry Springer show. Look at the low income rednecks, right? Look at how they behave. And two, it's to see if they're going to catch them in some way, because they are sure that they did something to Summer. So we're going to catch them and some sort of trip them up. And it's just disgusting. It's gross. I mean, to me, the difference between a creator in real crime and a creator in true crime, but really a creator in real crime with morals versus one who doesn't have any, is someone who wants to actually do what the professionals that are tasked with the responsibility of finding a missing child are asking us on social media with larger platforms to do. And I just, it's really frustrating, man. And we're going to play this, and I'm going to show you this example. And, you know, and what I see, because I've grown up on both sides of the fence, man, on both sides of the track. I've grown up on both sides of the track. I've spent time in my childhood on both sides of the track. And when I see these people, I don't see them the way that they're being that they're kind of painting themselves out to be to people who don't know any better. But when you live in an environment and you live in a certain part of the country where you don't have the luxury of being exposed to much culture, I mean, imagine if it's kind of like Nell, you know what I mean? It's kind of like Nell. Like, you remember the movie Nell with Jodie Foster? I mean, she behaved a certain way because she wasn't around the things that you and I have grown up around for the most part. So there, when you're in such a rural area, they're going to behave a little different, and they're going to deal with things a little different, and they're not going to look at things the way that you and I may or may not look at things. And certain things, certain behaviors are more acceptable in their environment than ours. Right. So, and I don't even want to like show it. I'm just gonna like I'm gonna do that so we just can just hear the audio.
What's up, Don?
I'm not a dumb bitch. My wife's calling me a dumb bitch. Oh my gosh. Liar.
And part of the reason,
How y'all doing?
I'm not showing it is because Don Wells is on camera without a shirt on a live stream.
What's up, Don?
You understand what I'm saying? This is not something that he finds to be in some way, shape, or form, inappropriate. It's just their way. Lindsay, I absolutely and totally agree with you.
For someone, which is a good thing. So, Don, I just have a couple questions. And I mean no disrespect, so don't think like I'm coming at you or I'm trying to disrespect
you absolutely
or anything like
disrespect.
It's totally not like that. But I'm from New York originally, so people think I sound like that, but I don't mean to at all. So I was in Tennessee a couple of weeks ago, and I saw Summer's billboards, and they were actually very beautiful.
Now, the person talking right now, I want to make something abundantly clear. For those of you who have caught most of my live streams, been following me for a while, just a couple of months ago, I did a live stream where I played a clip of this person, and she was talking about me, the person talking right now. And I played a clip of this person stating that she doesn't care about missing people. She has no interest in, she doesn't care about missing people. She likes serial killers. She loves serial killers. That was what she said. Those were her words. I played it here. And now, all of a sudden, she's Miss Bleeding Heart for little Summer Wells. And this was when the Summer Wells case first started, when it first happened. She straight up said, I don't care about these cases. And anybody who does and says that they do are pretty much phonies. And that's and here she is right here, all of a sudden, Miss Bleeding Heart and really caring. And the most positive thing that she can think of to say is, it was a nice billboard.
And some of my questions
we went to Nashville.
Yep, there's two.
We went to Nashville a couple times.
Yeah, you're pretty far from Nashville. So, Don, one of my
Yeah, we was driving up through there.
One of my questions is, when you were on Ziggy's panel, I think last week, there was a kid in the background. Was that Hunter?
Now, I'm going to continue to say, I caught a video from Crime Story. She's one of my mods, I believe. And she made an excellent point. Like, these people need to just stop going on panels. It's, you know, I mean, because it's just going to continue to perpetuate the rumor mill, because anything that they say, and here they are, what they're really doing now, are they in the condition to be doing this? No, not in my opinion. They're not in the condition to be doing this because they're clearly intoxicated. Clearly. So if you're trying to go on someone's panel and convince them that you're being unfairly judged, the responsible thing to do would at least be to do it sober. But at the same time, can you blame them for being intoxicated? I mean, their kid's missing. Their child's missing. The other two were taken away. Now, as to why the other two were taken away, nobody really knows. I don't know for sure. I don't understand why. I can speculate. I can imagine. But that doesn't tell me that they did anything to Summer. And so this is one of the things that they're being judged on. And it's quite possible that Summer's disappearance has triggered a certain behavior in their household amongst the adults, which has led to the children being removed from the home.
Candace, stop.
Who's that?
That's his wife, Kansas.
No. There was a kid in
wife down there raising hell. She's so sick of. Never mind.
What?
I'm listening to you.
No, it was definitely a kid.
Like, she doesn't even know what she's talking about. She's saying it's a kid. It's like, dude, have you listened to Candace? Have you seen her? Have you talked to her? Like,
you don't want to hear her.
Is she mad at us?
Yeah, she's pissed off at the world.
Why?
Because she's
if you can imagine.
Oh, because of the pain?
Well, because someone stole our daughter. Okay. So someone stole our daughter.
Now, Candace has some real colorful language
there
here,
making
I couldn't help but laugh
us look like criminals. Number one, and
I kind of like that she's doing it to these creators.
I'm totally on her side.
So that's why I laughed about it.
Tell Candace I'm on her side. I'm not against her.
I know that, but she don't understand that.
No, I'm really not against her. I've been on her side.
There's all kinds of people online. Look. There's all kinds of people online trying to make the abductor look like the superhero. And trying to make us look like we're...
Now, right here,
if you can tell us who the abductor was,
listen to this.
Then I promise this will all go away. I promise.
Oh, if I tell you who the abductor was?
If you tell us who abducted her so we can get her back, we'll make this all go away. I promise.
What is that?
No,
what the hell was that?
The abductor was?
Yeah. Do you know? I don't think you know.
Hold the fuck up. Hold the phone. Hold the fucking phone. Wait a minute. Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
This is how you treat parents of someone who has a child who's been kidnapped?
What the fuck are you talking
Baby, stop. I can't hear a fucking thing over you. Stop.
Why is she stupid?
Stop. I don't even know what the fuck she's saying because I can hear shit over you. Stop.
She's a dumb bitch.
I have to hang up then. Because I can't hear shit over your fucking loud mouth.
Do you want to make
bitch?
And so ain't you being.
Do you want to go and get her fire started? And we'll wait for you. It's fine. If she's uncomfortable,
what now?
If you want to go, make her comfortable and start her fire, we'll wait for you. It's fine.
No.
Now, why aren't they saying,
no.
see, this is the
Stop.
difference.
Stop.
This is the real difference between real crime creators and true crime creators. Because an ethical real crime creator would have said, hey, why don't we talk about this another time? I would want to know facts. I would want them in the right frame of mind so I can have a decent conversation. There's no way to control that conversation with them in that condition, behaving in that way and intoxicated like that. There's no way. I would have simply just been like, you know what? Let's talk about this another time. And I would have done it also mainly out of respect, because these are victims until proven otherwise.
Stop.
Candace, I'm trying to help you. I really, truly am.
No, you're
I've
not.
been trying
You're trying to help yourself. Trying to gain
I'm
clout.
not the
Not
enemy.
trying to help it.
I'm not your
How the
enemy.
fuck you
I
know?
have
You're
had
running
your
the
back
fucking
from
mouth.
day
You
one.
can't hear fucking what she's saying.
Because she's stupid.
No, you don't even know what she's saying because you won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know what she's saying.
Stop. I would like to know, but I can't hear a fucking word over your fucking ass.
Oh, I can't help
Now,
you
I mean,
and her sucking dick.
Stop, Candace.
Suck dick some more. Suck your dick some more. Suck your dick some more.
That's funny to me. And it's only funny to me because she's saying it to these creators. She's not saying it to Don.
Candace,
She's saying
can
it
I
to
please
these creators.
fucking talk for
She's
a
calling
minute?
them
Fuck you
out
and her both.
on the exact bullshit that they're doing.
I'll just fucking end it then because I can't fucking say shit.
Candace, let me help you, Candace. Let me help
Ain't
you.
nobody trying to help
Let
us.
me help you. Listen to this one.
I
Let
am
me
There
help
is
you.
there is nobody.
I am trying to help.
I don't care about nothing.
I do care, Candace. I honestly and truly do.
It's okay to laugh because she's insulting these people that are just trying to exploit them, that are exploiting them, and in the process exploiting a missing child, exploiting the fact that there's a missing child in order to exploit these two people, or that are the parents of this missing child. That's exactly what's going on here. It's not even may or may not be the case. It's that.
I actually, one of the reasons I turned on Chris was because I didn't like the way he was treating you guys. And I thought it was
Chris
wrong.
McDonough?
Chris
Yeah,
McDouche.
she doesn't like
Chris
him.
McDonough?
I call him Chris McDouche. But yeah, Chris McDonough. I'm totally on
Okay.
your side.
Well, that's good. Okay.
I keep saying that.
Look, she's at the point where she don't give a fuck anymore.
But she needs to give.
I'm sorry, but I'm glad you said it.
That's not your place to say that.
She needs to give a fuck.
No, it's not your place to say
that. Stop.
It's her place to deal with it how she chooses to deal with
I
it.
understand everything she's feeling. I could not even imagine what she's going through. Months already.
Okay, so since you can't imagine, since you can't imagine what she's going through, what makes you think that you have you have any type of authority or even right to tell her how she should be dealing with this? That's none of your business.
world is coming at you thinking like everyone's against you and all you want to do is find your daughter, believe me, I get it. And I'm a fighter, and believe me, I get it. I understand.
You're a troublemaker. There's a difference.
Oh, Chris McDonough's glad he should be a lucky. He is lucky.
A shit stirrer is a better word to put it. A better way to put it.
I hear you.
He is real lucky because of what she's going through right now, and because somebody stole our daughter, and then because he come out here and smeared us like he did, he's lucky. I can't get a hold of him.
He's wrong for what he did. Wrong.
But this is right. And like,
he's real
how
lucky
is that even
the pain that she's feeling right now and everything, and I don't know what my daughter's going through. And because Chris McDonough thinks he's got a smart mouth, he's lucky. He's lucky he ain't got a broken jaw. He's lucky he ain't got a broken jaw. And I can't figure out where he's at. And I can't get a hold of
law
him.
enforcement.
He's damn lucky.
But for the sake of Summer, we need to stay strong.
Right.
We need to not break down. You know, we have to stay one step ahead.
She doesn't even know what she's talking about.
Candace, stop.
She's just upset. I understand that she's upset.
The simple way to explain what's going on here right now, okay, is Dawn is desperate for a friend in all this. Desperate for a friend in all of this. And he's behaving irrationally because he's intoxicated, because his daughter's missing, because his kids have been taken. And he's desperate for a friend in all of this. And they know this. These two creators know this. And they're taking advantage of it. And you can hear them being at this manipulative. You can hear them manipulating that. It's gross.
Can't say that I wouldn't be upset either.
No, she's at the end of her ropes.
And I understand, but she's got to stay strong for Summer and the boys. She has to. If she breaks down,
that's not your
Summer
place to
comes
say.
home, she's not going to be able. Mom's going to be out of her mind. Like she needs to stay.
If Summer comes home, that'll be a different story. But as of right now, she's not coming home. As of right now, there's no hope. As of right now, there's no sign that she will ever come home.
Why are you saying
we don't know that?
Hope? But why are you saying there's no hope? You gotta
because
have hope.
It's his right to feel that way.
I cover a lot of crime stories.
Well, we have hope because there's so many assholes out there, like Chris McDonough and Mary Hartman and my stepsisters and all kinds of assholes out there that's gonna make sure that anybody who takes our sides will be attacked.
I haven't been attacked.
Everything that they have.
Let me address this comment here, Nancy Eileen. And I get that you feel this way, that these creators don't get it. This is the problem, though. They do get it. They understand this. They are just simply exploiting this issue in order to get clicks and views, in order to gain clout. That's all they're doing. It's one thing if they're just ignorant, you know. It's one thing if they're just ignorant, but they're ignorant in a malicious way, not in a dismissive way.
I've taken your side. I haven't been attacked.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised.
Because I got a big mouth.
First correct thing she said.
They took our heart soul from us.
Now,
believe me, if I ever find out who took her, it's not going to be good.
Do you
They
honestly
broke my wife's heart. They broke my heart.
do
And
you know what happened that day, or any idea or any thoughts of what happened that day?
which they've explained 1,000 times.
Yeah,
They're
I
all-
know exactly what happened.
Right,
This is
you
what
were
happened.
there, right? Weren't
Some
you aware?
sorry. Yeah, I was at work, but you know what? I trust my wife's word 100%, and I know
Absolutely.
exactly what happened.
What happened?
100%. And this is what happened. Some sorry motherfucker come up here and abducted our daughter. That's what happened.
Oh, I
Why
believe that.
can't nobody understand that?
Oh, I believe that. And
Why
let me
can't
tell
nobody
you
get that through their
why.
fucking head?
Let me tell you why I believe that. Because the FBI said the dog scent ended at
Okay.
the end of the driveway. And that to me sounded like that had to do with the car, that she was kidnapped. So I agree with you that she was
Yeah,
kidnapped.
thank you. 'Cause
And I always
that's
said
what
that.
happened. There's no other two ways about it. There just ain't no other two ways about it. She was kidnapped off our property. And I don't,
people
you
are-
know what? And I will tell any
And
person.
let me explain why it's understandable for them to quote unquote not have hope for Summer to be found, because they've already dealt with a missing person. At least Candace has. And Candace is clearly the dominant one in this relationship. She's clearly the more dominant one, as far as mentally speaking, as far as intelligence goes. So for her to be like, again, first my sister, now my daughter, I don't see how that's not understandable for them to feel hopeless.
I will tell anybody that don't believe that they can go straight to hell.
Where was
That's
the dog?
what happened. They stole our beautiful child off our property.
I believe that. Where were
They
the
took
dogs?
our little girl.
Were the dogs not
Our
there?
stupid fucking
They weren't
dogs that are stupid as fuck. We don't, man. Hey, please. You're talking about some stupid mutts that are stupid as fuck. They're not like German Shepherds. They're not like high profile dogs of Great Danes who are talking about stupid mutts that don't give a man. You got to understand these dogs that we have are fucking dogs that people just drop off here. They stole all our good dogs. They stole our daughter. And they drop off their fucking mutts here, and we take care of them and we feed them, but they're stupid. These dogs here are fucking mutts that people drop off here. You have to understand they're stupid as fuck.
Why do you think that they bark so much with like Chris when Chris came, but then they wouldn't have barked?
They bark it. No. That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, it is a
That's
lie.
a fucking
Okay.
lie.
I'm
I
just going by what I
can
heard.
show you videos. Yeah, well, he's a liar. I can show you videos where people come up
You're
here
not a stupid mutt,
and they
are you,
don't bark
Panda?
at all.
No,
And
you're
I can
not.
show you other videos where they bark at nothing. Absolutely nothing. These dogs don't mean shit. They're stupid as fuck.
Do you
They're
think?
lucky I don't. Never mind.
Now I know with my dogs, like my dogs can detect evil, so maybe the dogs detected Chris was evil. But do you think that
These are the stupid.
How-
These are the
How
stupidest
does
dogs
she
you've ever
manage to
seen in your
keep
life.
saying something even dumber
do
than
you
the
think
last
you
one she
knew?
said?
Do you think the dogs may have known the abductor and that's why they didn't bark?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's been about
Man,
1,000
these
times
dogs
too.
are so stupid. They don't know when to bark and they don't know shit. And they sure as hell ain't gonna fight off nobody. They're gonna run like little bitch ass
Yeah, my dog does that. My little one
dogs
does.
like they are. These dogs are stupid that we have here. They're mutts. If people drop off here, you guys don't understand. You're not hearing me. You guys are not hearing what I'm saying.
Not all mutts are dumb.
Well, these fucking mutts are dumb.
Do you
By her
think the
logic,
abductor knew the dogs?
they hate her.
And
It
that's
don't
why
matter with these dogs. These dogs you can just totally count off because they're stupid. These dogs doesn't matter. These dogs they don't know when to. Man, these fuckers dogs bark all night over nothing.
No,
And then when someone
they
comes up,
can
they
hear
don't bark at
Jack the
all.
Moon. That's the thing.
yeah.
You can see it in the
Anybody can
video.
hear her. They can hear Candace crying in the background. But the way they see it is, oh, it's some sort of opportunity to get them to somehow slip up. But mainly, it's just for drama because it's a drama channel. So the purpose of having that going on and not putting a stop to it is to have drama. That's it. That's the YouTube equivalent of Springer is what this is. It's ridiculous. And it has no business talking about crime cases. They have no business doing that. Now, do they have the right to do it? Yeah. Anybody has a right to do it, sure. But I mean, is it morally correct? Is it ethical? Is it helpful? No. Not even a little bit.
If you watch all the videos, these dogs are stupid as hell. The dogs don't even come into play. Trust me. Don't even count these dogs as nothing.
Do you think somebody took her maybe for
Look,
like
hindsight.
Do you think
This is what we know.
taking her
Somebody
for
abducted our daughter.
Yes,
No,
but
someone abducted our daughter.
Yes, but most people abduct
This
for a
is
reason.
this is the fact.
I know, but most people abduct for a reason, whether it's money or for sex trade or something. There's usually a reason.
Right.
So I'm just wondering,
or for personal sexual gratification.
Oh, God forbid.
Or just to kill some little kid.
God forbid.
Oh,
yeah, I
the
think
pearl
they
clutching
found
now.
her by now if
The
that
pearl
was
clutching.
the case.
It's priceless.
I do.
That means she's far away from here.
It's
That means
possible.
she's far away from here.
It's definitely possible.
That's probable, not possible.
Why do you think Candace's mom took off right after she went missing? Was that just coincidence or?
Gosh damn, this is
like, do you not even know how to be subtle? Like,
this
is that feature
you've
in
asked
your
her
personality void not there?
I've only answered this question. This will be my 1,1199 time I've answered this question. Okay, just so you know.
I'm sorry.
Because she wanted to avoid all these. No, listen. I'm not trying to be mean.
It's okay.
But you have to understand.
I get it.
She was smart enough to get the fuck out of here to avoid all these stupid questions. That's why. She went through this shit with her first child. When Rose Marie Bly come on.
That's a perfectly logical explanation.
She went through all this shit with her. She seen this shit coming. She knew what was going to happen. That's why she left. Because she knew she seen all this shit coming. Probably. But she should have stuck it out. I mean, don't.
But didn't Candace need her? I mean, that's her mom.
Yeah. Right.
How in
her
blue
mom ain't
perfect
never been
fucking hell is that
before.
your place to ask?
And nothing has changed now.
Do you think it's possible that her mom had something to do with the abduction? And that's just a question.
No.
That's not an accusation.
No.
No, because I would kill the bitch. And I would kill any bitch for taking my daughter. Anybody, if I find out who took my daughter, I will kill them.
I don't blame you.
I promise you.
I can
And
understand.
if I thought that,
I'd kill them
he
too.
would already be dead. I'm not a killer, but when it comes to my daughter, I will become a killer.
I understand.
I promise you.
The problem with that is that if you do find out who did this and then you kill them,
ain't no problem with me.
Anyway.
I don't give a damn. Now, when it comes to my daughter, you don't know. When I find out who took my daughter, I will be probably going to prison, and I don't care. That's fine. I've never been that way. I've never wanted to hurt anybody in my life. But when
Kayla
you fuck with
Bosco,
my
her name's
daughter,
Laura, but I'm not
that's a
gonna
whole
I'm not gonna
different
mention her
fucking
channel
story.
name.
I get it.
Somebody's gonna fucking die. I've never wanted to kill or hurt anybody in my
This is
entire life
not what
until
he's
now.
saying right now is
You
not
have to understand that. And
unusual.
if you think for 1 minute that that my mother-in-law has something to do with it, she wouldn't even come back here. I would kill that bitch. I will kill anybody, man, woman, man. I don't give a damn. Over my daughter, you fucking right.
Her mother.
And she's here, and she's not dead. So what does that tell you?
Do you think Rose was abducted?
Pretty straightforward answer there.
Who?
You dumb bitch.
Who? What?
Rose.
You talking about your sister now?
Yes. I'm just
Will you
asking.
please let me fucking talk?
I'm not accusing anyone. I'm asking.
See, here's the thing. Here's what
I can't hear
about Candace right now. I'm going to make this observation, okay? This is just going to go towards my entire point this entire time. Everything you're hearing from these people, their behavior and whatnot, it's all upbringing, okay? It's all upbringing, and it's all product of environment, okay? Now, Candace has an instinct like most of us decent people do. She has an instinct, regardless of her lack of tact, okay? She has an instinct, and she's acting on the instinct that the person that is talking to Don right now is an asshole. She senses it completely, and she's just acting on it. She's just acting on it. She sees right through her intentions. It's clear.
Dumb bitch keeps opening her fucking mouth. What'd you say?
Really?
Man, please shut the fuck up, man.
Do you think it's possible that
What'd you say?
Do you think that Summer's disappearance had to do with Rose at all, even though it was so many years different?
You know what? We don't know that. We have no idea because we don't know what happened to Rose. Therefore, and we don't know what happened to Summer. So there's no way of telling on that one. We don't know. There's no way of telling.
And they never got any answers about Rose?
No, not one clue, nothing. The only thing that we know about her is she was supposed to go to a bar to meet some people, and her car was parked at a gas station.
Everything we know, basically. Now, Jessica Moon saying, and I'm glad she's talking to them like that. Here's a really interesting point that I'm going to make right now. In my personal opinion, I think that Don and Candace have every right to talk to anybody talking about them and this case that they want, however they want. They have every right to do that, in my personal opinion. Anybody, doesn't matter. They have every right to be rude. They have every right to be verbally hostile. They have every right because people are talking about them. Right or wrong. So you don't get to be like, oh my God, they're such a jerk. I mean, there's nothing at all to indicate that they had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. Now, there's plenty to indicate that they're possibly unfit parents. I'll admit that. Sure. But there's nothing to indicate that they have done anything, that they had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. And there is constant implication coming from these people who don't even really know all the facts on this case.
As far as I know,
She was supposed to meet my cousin at a bar, and she never ended up there.
yeah, her car never ended up there. They found her car at a gas station parked.
That's all we know.
And that's the last time nobody's seen her. We don't know. There's no way of telling. And that's what makes me lose hope about Summer, that we'll never see her. Yeah. Statistics show 99% of all the kids abducted get found. I don't believe that bullshit.
No, not 99%.
Yeah, no. That's I don't know where they got that.
So
No,
Rose
I put them. I put those statistics on Don Wells on my Facebook on Don Wells.
That statistic right there. And I'm not going to go look it up and Google it, but if there is a high percentage like that, it's probably because they're including kids who have run away. So, yeah, chances are there's a high percentage of, because kids, they run away and then the fun's over, so they go back home, so it makes sense that there's a high number like that. But the fact that was even considered at that moment by either one of these creators who are clearly such experts is mind-blowing.
I just don't believe in statistics. It don't make sense. 99% of all children abducted get found. I don't think so. Why is there fucking why is there 300 missing kids in Eastern Tennessee? They're trying to say 99% of them get found. Something ain't right with. I call bullshit on that. But it's on my Facebook. Don Wells on my Facebook. But I don't believe it. I strongly disagree. Why is there 300 missing kids in this area now and they haven't been found?
I literally live out from these people. You know how easy it would be to get this content for me, to get better content as far as what their standards for content are? You know how easy it would be for me to do that? Take a wild guess why I haven't. Take a wild guess why I haven't. Maybe it's because I'm not a complete and total selfish asshole. Maybe I actually give a shit.
Something is not right.
Yeah, Tennessee has a lot. Tennessee and Ohio and Iowa actually have a lot.
And the reason I think that is because this is easy pickings. In other words, yeah, you can come here from out of some big city or whatever, high crime rate, but you can come out here and pick up kids. I seen a little girl the other day, about 2 months ago. She's about 5 years old, just standing on the street. I drove by her. I was just shaking my head like, what the freak, and it was just driving me crazy. So when I come back out on the dead end, she's still standing there. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I pull in the driveway. I asked that little girl, I said, where is your...
Now, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not an expert in behavior of any kind, but I wonder why he watched his F-bomb there. I wonder why. I wonder, not a behavior expert, I don't know, but I wonder if because he was talking about a little girl that he saw on the street alone, that something subconsciously made him feel like he had to have some sort of respect for the situation. And he watched his F-bomb and talking about her. I mean, I don't know.
Parents.
I want to give this guy
Papa's
the benefit of the
house.
doubt.
Blah, blah,
There's a lot of
blah,
stuff about him that I don't like. But...
So I go and I knock on the door, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" I don't know what he's saying. I knock on the door again, and I just hear some mumbling. So I just opened the door, and I said, you know, this little girl's out here on the freaking road, standing out here, 5-year-old little girl.
Well, he's saying, Mr. Harlow.
He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I couldn't understand what he's saying. I'm like, man, whatever. And I slammed the door, and I went and got in my truck. And I waved at the little girl. I said, see you later, you know. And I got in my truck, and I left. So the next thing I freaking hear is this fucking little girl's mother fucking gets on fucking YouTube or Facebook
so
or whatever, says I tried to coerce that little girl
F-bombs
into my
at times,
truck.
but then like
That's the
3 or
things
4
I
of them
get
slip out right
for
after.
trying to make sure that little girl was safe. The fucking little girl's fucking bitch mother fucking spread the word that I was trying to coerce that little girl into my truck or some bullshit. That's the things I get.
Wow.
Yeah. That's when fucking bullshit. I'm so, oh my gosh.
Don,
I almost went back up there.
Let me ask you a question, because this is something I've wanted to ask you for a long time. When you, in the past, when you had posted on Facebook a post about that it was a very beautiful post, that you're going to see Summer again one day, and that, you know, God is taking care of her and she's in heaven and so on and so forth. And I just always wanted to ask you, why think she's dead instead of having to hope she's alive?
Well, like I was saying before, okay, the human brain goes.
Ever done your keyword research by manually opening up an incognito window and typing in the search term and Googling it just to understand the SERP, and then doing that over and over and over for a bunch of keywords?
From one extreme to the other. And plus the dreams that I've had some pretty serious dreams and stuff. So the human brain goes from one extreme to the other. 1 minute you might have hope, okay, that I'm you know, maybe God's going to turn this over and blah, 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 and it might work out. And then next thing you know, you're way down in the dumps, you're about ready to kill yourself. And you just think, you know, there's no way I'll ever see my little girl again. And you just feel like going off the deep end. And then next thing you know, you're coming up and you're thinking, well, maybe there's hope again. You know, this is the human brain. You know, you just go to this low and high. You know, it's just the way it is.
Well, that's usually referred to as manic depression. But
1 minute you have hope. Believe me, right now, if I could find out who took my daughter,
no, Donna's not here live.
Right
this
now,
is
as in this moment. Right now, I don't think I can hold myself back. I don't know what I would do right now. I'm just so tore up right now. That's my state of mind right now. Tomorrow, I might be a little different, thinking differently, but right now, right now I'm just so fucked up. I don't know. And I've never wanted to kill anybody in my life, but I do right now. I've never wanted to hurt anybody ever in my life. But right now, I could kill somebody.
I get it. I would feel the exact same way if it was my child.
And it just drives me insane, man. I'm just going crazy. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself anymore. I've never been this way in my entire life.
I've actually said that before. I said, you know, as horrible as this sounds, I think I would rather bury a child than have one missing, because missing, you just never know. You just never know.
What?
So I get it.
And I lash out at people, and I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm really worried. I'm just freaking out. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I can't believe
it's
that
like
came out of somebody's face.
Those
words came out of somebody's face. I can't even believe that.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't. I'm really worried.
Do you remember the day that Do you remember the day Summer went missing? I can't remember.
I remember the exact dates they were missing.
I'm saying, what day was it?
I might not remember birthdays or anything else, but that is one day I remember for
What's
sure.
up?
What about it?
I'm going out of town.
Okay.
And what was the day?
Somebody comes by.
June 15th,
Okay.
5:30.
When
That was it, June
should I
15th.
expect it?
Okay.
They said probably around 5.
I couldn't
Okay.
remember.
I might be at the gym, but I'll let your grandma know.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
I
Be
can't
safe.
remember her birthday, but I remember that day. Isn't that freaking crazy?
Have fun.
That's all right. I forget
What the
things
fuck?
too. I totally forget things. I forget things too. I couldn't tell
Yeah,
you
but
my
why do I
anniversary.
remember that day?
Okay. I know what she meant by
I
it,
don't remember her
but
birthday, but I remember
the reason
that
why
day. That's weird.
it's an asinine statement. The reason why it's an asinine statement to say I'd rather bury my child than have them missing is because you just said that you'd rather bury them than have any chance of them being found and recovered safely. That's oh shit, really? Hold on. Oh, that's why. Okay. Now my sound's going to be a lot better. My sound has probably been terrible this whole time because I was using the default mic. So now it's going to be better. I apologize for that, guys.
Weird. Wow.
That's not weird. I mean, that's traumatic. It's very traumatic.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I completely
Yeah.
understand. Where do
Right.
you go from here? Like, what do you want to happen? I mean, obviously, I know what the end result is, but what do you want to happen? Like, do you think this red
What
truck
I'm
was
afraid,
fine?
I'm really scared of what might happen and what I might do. That's what I'm afraid of.
Do you have any idea?
I'm really scared of that. If I had any idea, I'd be up their asshole.
Yeah, but they may be long gone. I'm just
right
saying.
now. If I had any idea, I'd be right up their asshole right now. I promise you. If I had a clue.
Okay, so here's my argument to that, Gigi Petro. I understand what she meant. I understand the purpose behind the statement. And you're right. That's what the intent was. But my point, and the reason why I'm being so critical of this person, is because she's not careful in how she chooses her words. She is not considerate enough by nature to be having a conversation with parents of a missing child who are clearly in pain. Because you want to choose your words carefully when you're addressing people in this type of situation. You want to be as empathetic with them as possible. And you just on one side of your mouth said, you got to have hope. You got to have hope. And then just now makes this ridiculous statement. Absolutely tactless, Jessica Moon, is my point. Totally tactless is my point. But I get what you're saying, and I appreciate you being objective. But she's not, yeah, she shouldn't even be talking to these people. She has no business doing that.
Clue. If I had anything to go on, I'd be right up their ass right now.
And the boys didn't see anything either?
No, we're not allowed to talk to the boys about that.
Why?
Isn't that fuck?
Do I think that they're innocent? It's not a question of whether I think they are or not. Let me put it this way. I don't think they're guilty, but I don't think they're innocent either. Point is I don't know, because I don't have all the information. Law enforcement has, they're tasked with the responsibility of finding Summer and collecting all of the information. So we don't have all the facts. I don't have all the facts. I don't have enough to sit up here, which is kind of my point. I don't have enough to sit up here and say, I think they did it, or I don't think they did it. I don't have enough information. It's not realistic. And more importantly, it's not responsible, because since I don't have all the information, and since no information that I have so far indicates that they are guilty of Summer's disappearance, of being responsible for Summer's disappearance, there's nothing to indicate that yet. I have to assume and behave as a YouTube creator with a platform that I have to assume that they are grieving, suffering parents. That's the responsible thing to do. That is why there's a difference between real crime and true crime, because I don't want to be on that side of true crime. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. Like, I don't want to have nothing to do with that kind of behavior. Like, no, it was a cool, no. I'm not offended by the question. It was a valid question. And I'm glad that I got the opportunity to answer it. So that's all that was. It's a perfectly fine question to ask.
Crazy.
That
Have
is
you ever
crazy.
heard any bullshit like this in your entire fucking life?
Why
I'm
can't
not
you
allowed
talk-
to talk to my fucking boys about my daughter that's been. What the fuck kind of shit's that?
That's
Now,
crazy.
if I had
Why
to-
not?
I've never even.
If I had to guess, if I had to guess why Child Services is probably forbidding them to talk to the boys about Summer's disappearance, is probably because look at the way they're behaving. They're probably going to do more damage than good. You know, of course, a parent is supposed to guide them. I could see why he's upset, but he seems unaware of himself. You know, he doesn't really seem to have a lot of self-awareness. So it kind of seems like to me that that's probably the reason that they're not well, the police can talk to them. What he's saying is him and Candace, Don and Candace, aren't allowed to talk to the boys about it. And that's also a good reason. Now, if it's law enforcement saying it and law enforcement got Child Services to make this decision, then that's probably the reason, is because they're witnesses and they don't want them influenced when it comes down to it. So if Don and Candace were responsible, Don and or Candace were responsible for Summer's disappearance, they could influence the boys. But as far as like, that's if law enforcement believes that they did something. But on the other hand of things, if they don't believe that they did anything, it's just simply that Child Services thinks it would be more damaging to them to talk to them about it than guide them and coach them properly through this difficult time.
Right? How do you process it? How do you deal with it? I had to sneak the other day when I was with Josie. I had to sneak and talk to him. Like, I had to sneak and talk to him about his sister. I can't believe this shit. I can't even talk to my sons about their fucking old sister. What the fuck?
Are they in therapy now?
No, I'm not allowed to talk according to welfare and the courts and everything. I'm not allowed to talk to my boys about their missing sister. Like, what the fuck? Like, she's a ghost? What the fuck is this? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I don't understand it.
That's
No,
odd.
Now
it blows my mind away.
let's address that comment right there. So Laura says, I don't get that either. Point made. Now, do you see how myself and you guys in the chat, just collectively, we all fully understood two possible reasons why, or two likely reasons is a better way to put it, why they're not allowed to talk to their kids about Summer. And the fact that she doesn't understand it either speaks volumes, when it was real easy for us to just it was real quick for us to explore that and address it.
So we're just gonna pretend that your sister never existed. Like, what the fuck is this?
Did you ask them why?
Gosh, it just blows my mind away.
Did you ask them
Yeah,
why?
I tried to ask them about, like, you're just not allowed to talk about, huh? Do what?
Me?
And Sherry
I'm
Thomas,
sorry, I didn't hear you.
saying that
Sorry.
she's flip-flopping and it's driving
no,
you nuts. She is flip-flopping. But make no mistake, this is not her flip-flopping because because it's a lack of intelligence thing. She's flip-flopping because she's being manipulative. She's flip-flopping because she's acting like she's a friend to him, but what she's doing is exploiting him for content. That's what she's doing. She's doing it deliberately.
I was saying, did you ask the police or whoever why you can't speak to them about it?
I asked the welfare case workers about it. Yeah, you're just not allowed to talk about her. I'm like, in my mind, I'm just freaking out. You know, I'm not allowed to talk to my boys about their sister that's been fucking abducted. Really? Oh my gosh. It just blows me away.
What did the police say about the whole situation? Not about the boys. I'm saying in general, just about the whole situation.
What they've told me, like I said, when I was in jail, okay, they took me into a holding cell and they talked to me for like an hour and a half. And they said, look, Mr. Wells, okay, look, you might not see what we're doing, but look.
And let me address that. So recently, Don was arrested on a DUI. Okay. And then the next day, he was arrested for violating probation. Anybody care to guess why I didn't talk about that? Anybody care to ponder on why I did not go live and discuss that? If you're guessing that it's because it has jack shit to do with Summer's disappearance, well, you guessed correctly.
We love, like you guys said, you know, they said, we love your daughter like you do. We want you to understand that we're doing everything we possibly can. You might not see what we're doing. You may not get it, but we want you to understand, Mr. Wells, that we love your daughter like you do, and we're doing everything possible to try to.
And as we all know, guys, Cherry speaks the truth, but she has a typo issue. I don't know if it's something in her phone or what, but she meant to write, "We stick to facts here at Real Crime," because what we're listening to is what true crime has become. We don't do that here, so that's why we call it Real Crime now.
find her, and they made me understand that. And I was like, man, I so appreciate that, guys, thank you. That's all I could do was just sit there and thank them, because I didn't understand that until they made it known to me, and because I was just giving up. That's why I turned to YouTube and all kind of stuff, because I didn't know what they was doing. But they made sure that I understood that they're doing everything they can.
Right?
They did what?
Right? They haven't accused you of Candace or anything, right? Guys, I heard
Man,
about
hey, you have to. I have 7 alibis.
What?
If not more. Baby, don't break my fucking door. Come on. Really?
Well, you were at work.
Come on.
Don't break the fucking door.
Open it then.
You dumb bitch.
Oh, you can call me a dumb bitch?
You break the fucking door.
Okay, so
you dumb motherfucker.
So this is gonna get real ugly. I heard about this. Now, 7 alibis. I think that what he meant by that is that he misused the word 7 exactly. See, that's why Caleb's my boy, right there. He meant to say 7 witnesses, not 7 alibis. He's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, guys. He's not very well educated. So
No,
I have 7 alibis. I have 7 alibis. Candace ain't got none. She's going down.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
Alex Erickson went over this too. What he just said, his exact words were, I have 7 alibis. Candace ain't got none. She's going down. That's a very, very, very disturbing comment. But again, just playing devil's advocate here. Just playing devil's advocate here. That right there would indicate to me that he did not have anything to do with it, or he planned it very, very well, but this person's behavior does not indicate somebody capable of doing this. As I explained in my last live about this, now I'm not going to play what I see, where this goes from here. I'm not going to play that. I don't think we need to hear a DV taking place. Okay. From what I understand, I don't know if it's fact. I'd have to listen to it on my own. I have not listened this far yet. Usually I let you guys, I like to have honest reactions when I share videos with you guys. I'm of the understanding that DV did take place here. And I don't think we need to hear it. Yeah, and a lot of you guys, most of you guys already know where to go listen to this. If you want to go listen to it, I'm not sharing that here. I'm just not doing it. Well, it wasn't Laura's channel. Laura was just on the panel. But this was, I'm not going to go and put a DV incident taking place as her or the creator whose channel this is, and being in any way responsible for DV taking place. That's not what the case. Obviously, these two are very intoxicated, and that's not an excuse. I'm saying that because of their being so intoxicated and them being clearly a couple of very irrational people, this turned into a fight, and Don did something that went way too far. And he should be held accountable for it. He should absolutely be held accountable for it. But I'm not going to hold, for that particular part of this, I'm not going to hold Laura or Marissa responsible for that. I'm not going to do that because it's just not true. The only person responsible for DV taking place is Don, period. So, I'm going to go ahead and end that video now because, like I said, we don't need to hear that. It took place, and frankly, it disturbs me to hear it. I don't. So, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who hit who. From what I understand, Dawn hit her, from what I understand. But do I think that Candace is probably guilty of hitting him on occasion? Yeah. I think that they have a very toxic and dysfunctional relationship. And I think a lot of it has to do with their substance abuse. Whatever those substances may be, obviously alcohol is one of them, but whatever that is, it's definitely contributing to the problem. And they need to fix that because they have other kids. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know. And I don't even know if I'm going to continue to listen to this even on my own, honestly. But I will say this, as much, first of all, this conversation should have been cut off by this creator a long time ago. It should have been cut off way long before that even got to that point. But it absolutely should have been cut off before that. It absolutely should have been cut off. Now, on the other hand, I would say that it could have been an attempt to get evidence of DV in case it was needed. But I don't think that was the intention, because everything that we heard prior to that does not indicate that that's what they were doing. This video is monetized. It's retitled. It's all clearly that this was just to have the tea and the drama. This wasn't to be in any way, shape, or form helpful. This wasn't in any way, shape, or form intended to be, really, honestly, helpful is the only word that I can think of. That's not what they were trying to do. This was clearly all about clout. This was clearly all about just having shocking content. And YouTube just works that way. My videos always end up being unmonetized after I monetize them, and I don't even know why. And then and I even try to watch my language as much as I can. But yet, because someone has this many subscribers and this many views, YouTube will keep the monetization regardless of the content. Because obviously you can't even say we have to abbreviate DV. But right now, this video has it actually taking place. And while I was playing it, it got interrupted with an advertisement. Figure that out. Figure that out. I mean, come on, YouTube. Come on. Like, be fair here. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense because it just comes off like, well, if it's going to get a lot of views, well, the ads are going to go ahead and run because they're going to get a lot of views on the ads. But we have to abbreviate DV. We can't actually say the actual words, yet it took place. It happened live on that video. Unreal. So regarding the situation, that's all I have to say about it. That's all I have to say about it. It's just sad. It's sad that people in this community are that inconsiderate, that selfish, that tactless, who will exploit a family going through horrible pain just for monetary gain and clout. It's just sad to me. Yeah, that's not, I mean, that's crazy, Caleb. That's crazy. So let's look into Cleo Smith here. So there's been some developments in the Cleo Smith case. Let me pull up an article. Trying to find one that isn't a tabloid. So I guess I'll just have to give a disclaimer. So from the Daily Beast, the headline. So for those of you just joined me, the headline here is police probe whether doll fanatic suspect in 4-year-old Cleo Smith's kidnapping had a helper. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Cleo Smith case, she went missing last month and 18 days missing from a beach that she and her parents and sibling were camping. And just disappeared without a trace. Parents woke up, saw that she was gone, and that's all they had. And somehow law enforcement found where she was, and he was the guy who kidnapped her is Terrence Darrell Kelly, 36, and he's apparently obsessed with Bratz dolls, and he collects them and he posts it all over social media. And so let me see here. And he's charged with forcibly kidnapping Cleo. And they found her on November 3rd, 18 days later. And she was awake at 1 a.m. playing with toys in a room inside the home. Investigators told reporters at the scene that they had remained in the house to collect more evidence after something led them to believe Kelly may not have acted alone. Now, the new insight into who might have helped Kelly came to light Monday, today, when sources told the Daily Mail that Cleo had revealed that a woman visited the Tonkin Crescent duplex and her hair. Detective Senior Sergeant Cameron Blaine had told reporters that investigators were focused on figuring out whether or not others had been involved in Cleo's kidnapping and were making use of specialist training in interviewing young victims. Investigator says that's why we're still here. We are still here. So we just ask that if there was anyone that had any contact with Mr. Kelly, whether you saw him, whether you met with him, whether you spoke to him on the phone during the relevant period, to please make yourself known to police. They have confiscated dolls, crayons, and drawing paper from the home as part of the growing evidence cache in what Australian media have dubbed the biggest investigation in the history of Western Australia. Police also found a cell phone hidden in a bag, according to a local media report. Police said Monday that Kelly's cell phone had proved instrumental in his capture and the recovery of the young girl. Says, so we put the phone data over number plate recognition data, CCTV witnesses, accounts forensics. And when you layer them on top of each other, you solve crimes. And that is merely what we have done here. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, man. Like, these criminals, man, I don't understand them. I just don't understand them. They just keep, like, don't you know that there's DNA? Don't you know that basically if you have a working cell phone with you, like it's going to somehow create evidence in whatever is being investigated. It's going to somehow give police information that they can work with in order to catch you. So, I mean, people trip me out, man. And, you know, the fact that he was really active on social media probably has a lot to do with it too. So, yeah, dude. I know. I know. I mean, that's probably true, but that doesn't mean that they had anything to do with it. So Batgirl is saying, I saw on Facebook, on a Facebook post, that the guy who took Cleo and the mother, they knew each other. They were Facebook friends. Don't know if it's true or not. You know how many friends I have on Facebook? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just because someone is friends with them on Facebook doesn't mean that they were involved in something. It could be that they were friends on Facebook and she's posted pictures of Cleo and the guy just stalked and took Cleo, which is why people shouldn't be posting their kids on social media, or at least be very, very, very careful as to who you friend on Facebook or social media sites. Yeah, that right, exactly. I've been a little more, you know, I've been a little more loose with adding friends on Facebook, but what I used to do, my policy used to be, unless I've had a beer with you or your family, I'm not friending you on Facebook. Yeah. And my Facebook is like locked down. It's locked down. So yeah. I mean, I don't even know. I haven't seen her Facebook. It could be she never even posted any pictures of her kids on Facebook. You know, could be the Facebook has nothing to do with it. And yeah, as far as the Cleo Smith case goes, if you liked what Josh was doing with the and and some people are gonna eat their words, all right, because Josh mentioned certain things and got a lot of hate comments, and this new development, guys who gave Josh some flack, man, you're gonna have to probably eat a little crow. So but if you like what he was doing with the Gabby Petito case, he's doing great stuff with the Cleo Smith case as well, and I'm sure you're going to get something from him soon. So I do recommend checking him out and checking out his channel. Yeah, real crime, people. Real crime. Me too, Caleb. I mean, but he was only speculating. You know what I mean? Like, he was only speculating. He, you know, like I don't think speculating on whether or not the guy had help is somehow irresponsible. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, Jessica Moon, that's very, very, very possible. Yeah, I mean, there's responsible speculation and then there's irresponsible speculation. Now, had he said, I think that the parents had something to do with it, yeah, no, I can't get behind that, you know. But you know, that's you know, that's something that I've always been against people doing. But you know, I mean, but saying, you know, that he could have had help, general help from someone, who knows, that's not irresponsible in my opinion. That's exactly why we're going with real crime now, Caleb. That is exactly why, my friend. Like, I don't want nothing to do with those crazy channels, dude. Yo, and let me tell y'all something else, man. My boy Frankie Ruchek Jr., that dude is cleaning house. Like, I'm telling you right now, he's getting things done. Now, he posted something that, you know, now there's certain things that are just not going to be allowed. You know, I'm for the sake of victims and their families, you know, I'm kind of glad, you know, I'm glad that these things are, you know, basically spreading misinformation, making up conspiracies, these sort of things. That's going to be part of YouTube terms of service, I believe, or something like that. I don't know exactly whether it's a law now or if it's a YouTube thing. I don't know exactly, but some changes are being made where you cannot do that. Now, in the interest of believing in free speech, I don't like that, but I do like that victims and their families can take more comfort. I prefer that people just have a better, have a little be more scrupulous and not do these things and be more considerate of victims and their families. But I mean, that's a pipe dream, thinking that leopards are going to change their spots, but that's, like I said, in the interest of free speech, I'm not crazy about things like that happening, but for that reason, because I just wish people would just do better. But since they're not, victims and their families have a right to feel safe. Victims and their families have a right to not be harassed. Victims and their families have a right to have some sort of peace of mind that they're not going to be harassed. So, I mean, so ultimately, I'm happy for the root checks right now because that took place. All right, guys. I think I'm just going to wrap this up now. I really appreciate everybody joining me tonight, or tonight. I still have to go to the gym. I'm actually looking forward to that because I've been pretty lazy the last few days, but I've been really good with my diet, minus the wine. But but I've been pretty much getting all my calories from just wine. So I appreciate all you guys, and I love you, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.